attend, everybody out here on the street, listen up. This next two. I'll tell you a secret, and you better keep it. There's something about that river you don't understand. I come from way down there, living in the river. I'm here to tell you all about the night. So,
Excellent! Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
thank you so much. Alright, thanks so much.
Good job, my friend.
Cheers, brother. Cheers. Heart shaking.
Okay, welcome to New Renaissance in New York City. Come on, guys, be a part of celebration. You'll be in history. Come on.
To you, the founder of the New Renaissance, Alexander Kanevsky. He's going to tell us what his masterpiece is all about. And he's going to start the New Renaissance here in this country.
Okay, so Harry, thank you so much. Guys, very nice to see you all today. This will be indeed and truly a very historical time in history of the United States. The first time in New York City, second Renaissance, which was formed and celebrated this year in Italy, multiple publications, multiple television shows, multiple museum exhibitions. I'm happy to be chosen to be a founder of second Renaissance in the world by highest top critics in Italy and highest directors of museums and publications, including Giorgio Montadori in Italy. But this is a call of my soul to bring second Renaissance to New York City, exactly in this gallery, where I have begun showing about 20 years ago, and Harry remains still my best friend, and I devote all my passions to this very particular gallery, Ward-Nasse. And this gallery is extremely important because, as you guys all know, this gallery had survived the great transmigration of Soho into Chelsea. Soho had made itself, and I witnessed, upon my witness, the very important part in the world's art. Very prestigious space to exhibit for the artist, very prestigious space to be. In the 2 decades of 80s and 90s, where Leo Castelli, with great help, and Harry Nasse, Andy Warhol, Roy Lichtenstein, American pop art were flourishing. Soho still has reputation. So any European artist would like to exhibit his work in Soho. And actually this year we already presented 2 famous European artists, both Italian, in this gallery. One is Jenny Pompa and the other is Great Pat, right? Great Pat, yes, Giancarlo Rampazzo. So anyway, again, great pleasure. And today really is a very important moment. I want to express my acknowledgments to certain people around the world who govern and operate the world of art of today, who in the time of my career have given me most of aspiration and most of the wing to create what we have today. I have to start with Italy because Italians have pronounced me a founder of New Renaissance. I came to Italy, Harry remembers it very well, about 2 years ago, and I was supposed to have had only a European exhibition tour, which would start in Italy, in Venice Biennale and a couple of shows in Milan, and then I was supposed to proceed back to Paris and Berlin and Dubai. but Italians would not let me go. And over 2 years, they recognized nature of my art, and they said that Alexander Kanevsky have returned for the first time over 200 years the real art back to Italy. So they show me I received about 5 titles and 7 or more awards within 1 year. Most important, the Eiffel Tower of Paris, which was introduced by French government and Italian Art Academy, and a lot of publications. And this year, as a matter of fact, this time in Milan Museum of Art and Science, they celebrate me as Artist of the Year of Encyclopedia of Italian Art for 200 years.
Yeah.
Right, for 200 years. Woo! Thank you. And this year, starting in June, as you know, guys, there was Milan Expo, most important event in the world. Starting from 100 years ago, first expo was in Paris when they built Eiffel Tower. You remember that day. Now it was in Milan. And during Milan Expo, I had the largest personal exhibition during the expo in National Museum of Sacred Art called Villa Clerici, and I performed live painting performance. You can see it on YouTube if you go Kanevsky Live. And during the same time in various institutions, museums, I was celebrated as a founder of New Renaissance and published as such in catalog by Giorgio Mondadori and various other publications. So let's do acknowledgments. First person that I want to acknowledge as person who gave me the greatest aspiration in my lifetime to create the art, Harry Nass. And he remains my loyal friend, my best friend up to this day, and I'm sure that we're going to do great things together from now on for many years, right, Harry?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, Harry is, if you might not know, Harry himself is a great artist.
Yes.
But he has chosen to dedicate his life to propitiation of art of other artists and give other artists an opportunity. And you guys who hear, your future is a legend of American and international art, I'm absolutely sure. So Harry, first of all, out of the United States of America, I choose Harry to acknowledge primarily, because I could have listed many more names, but I have to be short. We don't have to spend an hour and a half. Now, let's come back to Italy. In Italy, I want to express my acknowledgement to legend and paramount critic of art and historian of art in the world, a man who has undivided power in the art world of today, Vittorio Sgarbi. Vittorio Sgarbi. The president of Scientific Committee of Italian Academy of Art, Professor Paolo Levi. Artistic Director of Milan Expo 2015, Gianmarco Puntelli. The Chief Publisher of Giorgio Mondadori, Carlo Motta. I'll show you some of these publications. This is catalog of modern art, most important publication in the world, Giorgio Mondadori, where you can see my paintings. This is L'arte e tempo, art and time. This is also by Giorgio Mondadori, 2 catalogs of this most important exhibition that happened in Milan this year that represented world's art for Milan Expo. This is also, and this is both published by Carlo Motta, who is the chief publisher of Giorgio Mondadori. You can also find my paintings there. This is Encyclopedia of Italian Art, and you can find my paintings there. And this is published by Giorgio Ramella, who is the president of Encyclopedia of Italian Art for 200 years. and I want to acknowledge certainly my appreciation that to Giorgio Romella as well. Publishers of Effetto Arte, Sandro and Pietro Sero di Falco. Effetto, this is one of my paintings on the cover. And as you see, one of the titles, it's funny, but the title was given in 3 languages in Eiffel Tower of Paris. Alexander Kanevsky, the great of art. So it's a big part, and this is my shark, which has become a very, very popular image in Europe and goes throughout the world. And show me this one with Judas also. That's interesting. That's interesting to thank you, Daniela. Daniela is my daughter. She's also. Thank you. And this is the same magazine with Judas, my paintings, which is 20 more years old, painted by acrylic. Remarkably enough, it was the first painting which was exhibited here in 1995 in Harry's Gallery, one of my first shows. Angelo Mantovani is director of Academy of Music. He is conductor of Milan Symphony Orchestra, very famous, called Classica Viva. And he is art curator and art historian. He organized my exhibition in this Villa Clerici and presenting me today in Milan Museum of Art and Science. I have to acknowledge with great pleasure, appreciation of him as a great, primarily as a great friend also. Katia Monacelli is director of 9 museums in Italy, and I want to acknowledge my appreciation to her also. Many, many other figures we can't spend all the time listing. Now let's go a little abroad apart from Italy and let's stand in France. In France I want to acknowledge my appreciation to Pierre Rosenberg, former director of Louvre, when he has written a letter about me to Georges Pompidou. He gave me words, he gave me wings to create. Pierre Rosenberg said that if Alexander Kanevsky was born 100 years ago, I would give him the whole Louvre. So that's, in the written sense, when I appeared in Georges Pompidou, everybody is done like this. So it's important for all of us artists to have something like this. Then let's go from Paris into London. Charles Samuras Smith, former director of National Gallery of Art in London on Trafalgar Square, he had said something similar in public. If Alexander was born, I would give him half of National Gallery. And here you can compare French and English characters. French will give the whole Louvre, but English will give half of National Gallery. I'm just kidding. And also John Nixon was a president of Royal Academy of Art, which offered me membership and so forth. And Peter Kyle, finally, director of Shakespeare Globe Theatre, who for Shakespeare Globe Theatre acquired my paintings in 2003 that I produced Hamlet, King Lear, and Alexander of Grave of Achilles. We could continue on and on. I would say in Barcelona, in Madrid, Spain, I'd like to acknowledge my appreciation to Donna Arambura, who was director and is director of main library of Spain in Madrid. So I guess this we should stop. Now, I'd like to continue celebration with introduction of some of the artists who standing here with us, and because the future of art in New York, the future of art in America, and the future of art in the world is in your guys' hands. So let's start with my friend. Come on in, come on in.
My name is Zion. I'm an artist, I'm a young artist, and this is my work right here. And first of all, I want to say I'm really happy to be here at this historical event.
Good.
And yeah, this is my work. I call it Eden. As you can see, the mermaid is trying to eat an apple. It's like a twist of the Garden of Eden and Eden, but it's a twist on the mermaid and the seeker. And the little girl is the seeker for knowledge, and plus you have the wisdom man that's watching over everything else. And you have the mermaid. So yeah, this is my work, and thank you. And it's all done by pen, just pen ink. Pen ink and varnish. Took me 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and this is one of a lot more that I have here in this gallery. So thank you.
Who's next? Who will go? You?
I don't
Say a
have.
couple of words.
Okay.
Couple of words.
My name is Jill Baker, and I've been with Ward-Nasse Gallery
Oh, yes.
Yes.
for like 40 years. And when I first came to New York as a young artist from Bowling Green, Kentucky, I took my portfolio around to galleries and nobody would even open the door for me, literally. They'd look at me and they'd just go right back to writing whatever. They wouldn't even open the door of a gallery. And so finally someone said, you should go talk to Harry Nasse. And I don't know who it was, but somebody knew that Harry had a kind heart for artists. So I came down to Ward-Nasse, and Harry was my inspiration. He not only encouraged me to paint and to show here, which I did, I had several shows here, but I moved to New York finally, and he was my friend, and he gave me advice on what to do about boyfriends and everything else. But he was my friend, he's been my friend all these years. So I have to thank Harry, who's the inspiration. I've had shows all over the world.
Excellent.
And have continued being an artist. I have a private studio in Louisville, Kentucky right now. And this
And
is
tell
my
us
art.
your site, so people who watch this movie. Today, 360,000 people in the world will be watching this movie because
Okay.
I'm putting this on my Facebook,
Okay.
which Bloomberg Radio announced as most successful in the world.
Wow.
I got within 2 years 360,000.
My gosh.
Yeah, so all will be watching your presentations today.
Okay.
And this is very important. Tell us the name of your website
My website's name is jillbaker.com.
and you have
That's easy to
professional Facebook.
Yes, I have it's called Artist Studio, and you look it up under Jill Baker, but it's
Uh-huh.
Artist Studio. It is my professional Facebook.
Excellent. Next. And you will tell us your website and your Facebook.
Yes,
website?
it's Zion Ink Blunt on Instagram, and it's Zion Blunt on Facebook. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Gad Diouf, G-A-D, from West Africa, and a universal artist, other citizen of the world, and having traveled a little bit, and just wants to be on the same footstep as this man that we saw his painting. There was no reference. We was all waiting to see who did this. And we asked Ari, and he said, well, he didn't put anything, but he's surely coming. So we did have a nice view of who he is and all that, and we are so grateful and have a great appreciation also as an artist personally that I met in here, where it's like how road has, how path has crossed it, because I am all the way from West Africa, Berlin, Switzerland to New York, and to end up in this gallery, Ward-Nasse Gallery, which I was just directed here on a divine way to see the things and meet, yeah, this wonderful man. As they say, we don't have to talk so much about it. This man has expressed it about gallery. And yeah.
And Ward-Nasse Gallery, to add something to your testimony, Ward-Nasse Gallery becomes the prime most important location of international scene in New York City.
Exactly.
And your website, your Facebook?
My website is fatrok.com. Fatrok is in my native language, which means the divine way.
Great, great, excellent.
And my work is mostly with fruit. I use fruit, organic color, to express myself for 25 years now. And that's what I use on a visual level and in my performances and installation. Everything have to do with that fruit, which symbolize love, forgiveness, and happiness.
So, my name is Josh Weidman. I'm joined here today with my fellow bandmates, Kai Lovelace and Asia Gillis. They're right over there. And we have been playing here at Ward-Nasse since February, I believe. We're a little bit new to the family, I guess, from judging by all the stories I've heard. We hear people for 40 years, people for 20 years. We've been here since February, so just about a year. Harry has welcomed us into the Ward-Nasse home. We had our album opening here on July 10th of this year. We're the Famous Rays. You can find us on famousrays.bandcamp.com and Famous Rays Band on Facebook, and also Famous Rays Band on Instagram. We're very happy to be a part of this opening tonight, and thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Harry. Oh yeah, it's famousrays.bandcamp.com. Yeah, alright, thank you, sir.
Okay, Carl? Carl, right? Who's next? Carl, you want to come?
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Sorry, yeah. He said most of it. I'm another member of the band he mentioned. But my name is Kai Lovelace. I'm a New York City-based composer and musician. And I won't take any time, but again, thank you for a wonderful piece. Your career is obviously mind-blowing. It's very humbling to be here in the presence of all these people. So thank you very much. But more importantly, thank you, Harry, for being so... yeah.
Carl, you're great. Carl, you're absolutely great. By the way, speaking of musicians, I want to acknowledge one more musician who is Italian. He is a composer. He's young. He's about 30 years old. His name is Andrea Duranti. Watch him out on YouTube. Andrea Duranti. I on the end. He composed music for Milan Expo, for various other projects, and specifically for my paintings with you when you opened Kanevsky Live, where I've done that historic live performance in museum, this Villa Clerici this summer. The performance is going by his music. So you would hear this music, and if you would like to connect with Andrea, do it through me. Okay? You could do some substantial piece together. And music and art these days is very important, that music and art goes together. This is the future of art, and this is also part of great second Renaissance. Yes. So, thank you, Carl, again. Okay? Anybody else? Come on down.
Hello everyone, my name is Asia Gillis. I think they did a wonderful job talking about our connection with Ward-Nasse Gallery. We're so grateful to be here and just to enjoy the beautiful artwork every week and be a part of this wonderful grand opening for you back in New York City. Yeah, I believe everything was said. We're going to do some music outside. And thank you so much.
Beautiful. Anybody else? You? Anybody else would like? Oh, no? Okay, so to conclude. Come on.
Also known as Mother Rockstar. I'm a writer, an artist, a little bit of everything. I have these.
Super.
I made these.
Super. I'm jealous.
Well, I'm making a whole line, hopefully by spring,
Yeah.
24 pairs. But I have a poem which everybody could join in. It's called Young and Pretty. in New York City. Okay, young and pretty in New York City. You gotta be young and pretty to get by in New York City. Because when you're young and pretty, the world is your oyster. Everybody will give you more and more. You could travel to Paris and Rome. You could travel from LA to Chicago, but the blues is not your home. Because we're young and pretty in New York City. When you get tired and old and a little less bold, everybody will kick you to the curb and leave you out in the cold. But not just yet, because we're young and pretty in New York City. So you want to be a big star, thinking who the hell you are, because you're young and slick and thinking you're the shit. Hanging out in the she bars, drinking fine wine and eating caviar, where everybody thinks you are a rock star. Damn right you are, because young and pretty in New York City. We all come here to grab that diamond ring, being superstars, achieving great things, striking to new heights like the Freedom Towers. We all within hold that special power. Watch out, world, here we are, we're living young and pretty in New York City. Life is what we must devour instead of letting life charge you by the hour. You all that blossom, blooming into an amazing flower, basking in the sunlight, producing nectar for the birds and the bees to devour. Because we're young and pretty in New York City. Dance while you can, you gotta go with the flow and the rhythm. Full speed ahead, keeping up with the beat of the New York City hustle. Cause you're young and strong, with knowledge and muscle, living like a superstar, thinking who the hell you are, living young and pretty in New York City. Grab New York City by the horns, ride it like a bull to show the world that you've got balls. Folks on Wall Street haven't got a clue what your next move will be, or what you're gonna do, cause you're drinking fine wine and eating caviar, living young and pretty in New York City to make your dreams come true.
Now, a few words, guys, before we can do. First of all, I want to jump on the theme of New York City. New York City is really great, great. So we all love New York City. And today, the 6th of November 2015, New York City celebrates New Renaissance. Important. We all guys in history today. For New York City. Comment about this painting. I have chosen Hercules, among other paintings, to be a part of New Renaissance. Why Hercules? Because Hercules, when he had conquered that Nemean lion, when he had conquered that Cretan bull, and all those hydras and caucasus and everybody else, he shows that the man, human being, can do miracles. And Renaissance in the originality, as Michelangelo and Leonardo and Raphael and Andrea Mantegna, Prepicini, the main idea of original Renaissance was belief, in contrary to the church, in the power of man. So this is what I want to raise this glass of wine for the power of man, and you guys, future power of this world.
Imbibe and enjoy and celebrate.
Listen to the music.
Yes.
Can I get a picture?
Over here. Come on, guys. I want to take picture. Let's take you.